The infamous Mobb Deep. Finally, as I'm sure plenty of you were saying, just like last week with Tupac and All Eyez on Me, finally. Happy to be here, finally. It is tough picking albums, man. There's so many. Basically, I'm interested in everything. And so, that makes it tough to pick. This is the 25th edition, anniversary edition, so there's 3 extra tracks I'm going to listen to. Shook Ones Part 1, the Money version 2, and Lifestyles of the Infamous. There's 2 additional instrumentals. Not going to bother with those. There's 3 videos that I've found. I didn't find any more than that, so if I miss others, oh well, I suppose. The music video reactions will be Patreon only if you're on YouTube. Patreon's $2 a month. If you hit the description, over 100 albums I've reacted to. They're uncut and no ads. That's my selling point now for Patreon. You can watch these videos without ads because all the ads come from the copyright owner claiming my video. I don't make any money from this. And then they just stuff it full of ads. So it's fucking terrible, right? Mobb Deep, New York, 95 was when this came out, I believe. And got a great write-up in Discord about it. Dark, gritty, cold, remorseless, war zone. Like, I'm expecting some shit. And it's kind of cool that, even though it sucks it took me so long to get to All Eyez on Me and this album, it is kind of neat to have this follow up off of Tupac, All Eyez on Me, same time period, essentially. West Coast, high energy, almost, I want to call it commercial, not because of what it is, but just the sound. It's so easy to listen to. But the lyrics, what Tupac was spitting out was fucking insane. Talking about, you missed, I'm still alive, I'm going to bury you. Just like on and on and on throughout that whole album. And it was fascinating to me listening to that album and hearing everything that he's saying underneath this just very commercial, easy to listen to sound, essentially. And I say that not to say sell out or anything like that, but it was just, there's something about Tupac's voice and the production on that album where it was just like, this is great. And then I'm listening to the lyrics going, this is insane. I don't think I'll have that same experience here based off of what I've read for this album. Just 2 guys. Mobb Deep is 2 guys, and I already forgot it. Prodigy and Havoc, I think, are the 2. I already forget who's the producer. And anyway, I read stuff, and then 10 minutes later, a squirrel flies by. Isn't that how it works? And I forget everything. All right, let's get to work. I've got a longer album today. First track off of the Infamous is called "The Start of Your Ending." 41st sides, 4.5 minutes. There's a couple interludes or preludes in here, so with those, I think I'll let them flow right into the actual song that they're preluding. First time hearing Mobb Deep, the Infamous, highly regarded. Lots of people waiting for me to sit down with this one. Drop it in, track 1, "The Start of Your Ending," produced by Mobb Deep, which is just those 2 gentlemen right there. One of them who has passed, I already forgot. I needed like a brain transplant or something. All right, track 1, "The Start of Your Ending."
You know what I'm saying? I want to say what's up to my man. Louis, he's still here. Drop this one for you, For those that don't know. 41st side.
41st side. Good, solid beat there.
You must be crazy, kid, man, I never did. Forever wild, and that's how we live up in the bridge. Just sit scared. Cop back the cat that hit a nigga like a bed. 25, nah, kid, you getting life.
Oh,
forever
Jesus.
burning in hell. Niggas is trife.
Oh,
It's the
shit.
semi-auto. You can bring it on, yo. I'm pulling out stripping niggas just like a porno flick. I'm sick, them all roll stick.
That was cool, change up right there.
And get fit. I'm on some bullshit, that's how I was raised. Each level is a stage, I be sliding down blazing. Pools of alcohol, walk before you fall. I'm in this, the witness, you're gonna take a fall. The infamous Queensbridge, we on the scene, kid creeping. On those of course sleeping, don't ever do that. You know how we do, violate, motherfucker, I'ma see you with the Linden. It's the start of your ending, setting it again and again.
Ah.
It's the start of your ending. Setting it again.
I like the drum doing the kind of like the double kick. I guess I'll pause here. Okay, so we're 2 minutes in. First time here. Good sound. Good sound. Nice, clean, solid beat. Real, I don't want to say basic. I don't want to say clean either. Just, I guess, almost minimalist production. And it is surprising to me sometimes when I listen to a song. I love all the shit that's going on. It's crazy. And it just comes together. You know, JPEG Mafia is fascinating at that. Taking all these elements, this pure chaos, and making it sound great. And then I think to myself, well, I could never listen to something without that. And then you come across something where it's like, you know, he's not spitting super fast, not overly complex. The production's pretty straightforward. And it's just like, oh, yeah, this is great. You know, it's great. There's a couple times he said get bent. And right here he says get bent, run wild. When I get bent, you get folded. Now, 95. Simpsons were a big deal. Now, I have no idea if it means the same thing, but it's been funny lately. My son and I have been sitting down watching some classic Simpsons episodes because he's never seen them. We don't have, like, TV. I've got all the old DVDs that I bought fucking 20 years ago sitting over there. And that was something Bart would say all the time. Get bent. I'm assuming that's what that means. I've been so wrong about so much like slang and terminology before in the past, but I'm assuming that's what that means. And I kind of hope so, because I would love some sort of Simpsons pop culture reference to fold into Mobb Deep in their super dark, gritty gangster rap album. Like, that would be awesome. Let's keep going. It's 2 minutes left, and then I'll punch into some lyrics here.
From the QBC, putting cowards where they supposed to be. If I don't know your face, then don't come close to me. I got too much beef for that. Drama in the third degree, and to the kids, you don't wanna be me. I'm up in the mix of action when niggas wanna kill me. But it's the start of their ending. My man
But it's the start of their ending.
42 shots dependent on whether or not the clip is full to the top. We busting caps non-stop blazing at all the shows and even at the hoes.
And even at the hoes.
And it's the start of the ending. And it's the start of your motherfucking ending.
Got drama with mine, you know what I'm saying? It's the start of your ending.
And it's the motherfucking start of your ending.
Fuck you is. Yeah, nigga. You know what happened. 41st side get bent, run wild.
41st side, get bent, run wild. Hell yeah. Great opener. You know, great track, but great opener for an album, too. Now, on the write-up that I had on Discord that I was reading, apparently their first album was not good. Like, it does not go over well at all. And so, you know, that's kind of tough, right? Your first album, nobody likes it, it bombs, and you got to try and come back. And great start to their little comeback tour right here, I suppose. Let's get into a little bit. There's some lyrics in the first verse that Havoc had that I wanted to touch on. Havoc. When a fool try to play me, wet him up, then I'm Swayze. I actually understand this reference because Patrick Swayze, big actor back in the 90s. The movie Ghost was a huge movie. And so wet him up and then I'm Ghost, right? That's gotta be. Yep. All right. I got it right. I feel so proud of myself when I get something right rather than, I mean, sometimes it's fun being so wrong and then like cooking up this whole new story that's based off of totally being wrong by misinterpreting lyrics and stuff, but it's nice to get them right. I'm pulling out, stripping people just like a porno flick. I'm sick, the mob rules thick, cross paths my click and get Vic. Each level is a stage. Have you sliding down blazing pools of alcohol, walk before you crawl? There was something else that he said. Where was it? I'm open off the Danny. Danny is done language for St. Ides malt liquor. Okay. I'm open off the Danny. Obey me or get sprayed with the sweeper because I'm my brother's keeper. The Grim Reaper holding with nothing but big batters and big heaters. Blow you 3 times, leave a mark like Adidas. That's a good line right there too. But I liked the whole I'm my brother's keeper bit, followed by the Grim Reaper, because it's kind of like this idea of, you know, brothers keepers, obviously from the Bible. Well, the annotations talk about the Bible, but I mean that's usually where it's coming. This idea of kind of being like responsible for the lives of others, but also being the Grim Reaper, and you know, it takes that phrase and twists it around in a different way. So I like that. What else was there? There's something. When I get bent, you get folded. Every rhyme is the truth that I must get across. Put you right on your back and take it to the source. No doubt I'm stuck and I can't get out of this lifestyle. And then Prodigy, what did he have? There was something. Staying intoxicated, never sober, faced it, violate, and get laced. This was the part. Why you wasting slugs? You ain't bucking nothing. A great line. I like that quite a bit. Who are you shooting at? You can't hit nobody. You ain't fucking killing nobody with that shit. Stop wasting them bullets. Damn. Okay. Well, track 1 got a heart. Track 2 is the infamous Prelude, which rolls into Survival of the Fittest. There's lyrics here. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of lyrics. Maybe it's just like a skit or something. Oh, spoken interlude. Okay. I'll let the infamous just roll into Survival of the Fittest. And my current plan is to not pause during this prelude, but if they say something fascinating, I'll probably pause. And I'll probably just pause anyways, because that's all I ever do, right? Is pause. Track 2, the infamous Prelude.
Yeah. Hold the fuck up. We're gonna take this little intermission and listen what the fuck I got to say.
Kind of early for an intermission.
I've been doing this shit for years, holding heat.
We're one track in.
Abusing all kinds of drugs, robbing niggas, running up in niggas' cribs, you know the whole shit. So don't ever in your life get me confused with some of them other niggas that you might see on TV or hear on the radio and such. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is me, P. I'm speaking for my fucking self. When you see me at a show, on stage, or on the street, I definitely got the get on me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Rap snitch conditions.
I'm a tough guy or trying to make people think I'm crazy by saying all this shit. I ain't super nigga, I'm a little skinny motherfucker. It's all about who gets who first though, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, say no more to all my niggas, get the money, frontin' niggas get the seats. And oh yeah, so all them rap ass niggas with your half ass rhymes talk about how much you get high, how much weed you smoke, and that crazy space shit that don't even make no sense. Don't ever speak to me when you see me, you know what I'm saying? Word.
I wonder, okay, there's this line right here, and that crazy space shit that don't even make no sense. Smoking weed, getting high. I wonder if this is a dig at Outkast, AT Aliens. Let's see. Lines allegedly directed towards Redman and his Death Squad. Okay. All right. So I was wrong, but I feel like you guys probably at least understand where I'm coming from on that one, especially since, you know, Andre 3000, the South's got something to say. That was a couple years prior to this, but not terribly long before this. Interesting. Okay, all right, let's keep it going.
Not to get on some old high school shit, start punching niggas in their faces for living. Yo, I'm finished when I had to say. I can continue on.
Huh. That's wild. All right, it's gonna roll into track 3, which is Survival of Fittest, produced by Havoc. Just Havoc. Interesting. Okay. Here we go, track 3.
Yeah, sending this one out to my man Killer B.
Good sound with the piano
no doubt
there.
Indeed. With that weed. You know
I like this, like almost heartbeat drum sound.
That old real shit.
And whatever the fuck that is, good layer too.
There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. You could run, but you can't
Hell
hide
yeah.
from these streets that we done took.
Hell yeah.
You walking with your head down, scared to look. You shook, cause ain't no such things as halfway crooks. They never around when the beef cooks in my part.
Fucking cold ass piano. Oh my god.
And be on the cops' control. They better have the riot gear ready. Trying to back me and get rock steady. By the Mac 1 double, I touch you and leave you with not much to go home with. My skin is thick, cause I'll be up in the mix of action. If I'm not at home.
And there's that little lo-fi pop in there.
Got a nigga depressed, so I wear a slug proof underneath my guest. God bless my soul before I put my foot down and begin to stroll.
Great fucking production. Great production.
I'm finished.
This gets a heart.
Will soon be killed. Put us together.
Yo, we live in this till the day that
And I love just that little use of horns there. Although right now it sounds like a clown horn or some shit.
We live in this till the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We live in this till the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only survival of the fit, only strong. In between two worlds trying to get dough. You know when the dough get low, the juice go. But
This is
never
great
that.
fucking
As long
beat.
as
Oh
me
my
smoke
God.
crack, I be on the block hustling, count my stacks, no doubt. Watching my back and proceed with caution. 5-0 working, no time to get lost in. The system niggas using fake names to get out quick. Try to react and get the motherfucker feelings hurt. My crew's all about blue. Fuck looking cute, I'm strictly 10 boots. An army certified suits, puffin' nails, laid back, enjoy the smell. In the bridge, getting down, it ain't hard to tell. You better realize this till the day that we die.
It ain't hard to tell. That's a reference to something that I should know. It ain't hard to tell.
We live in this till the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We live in this till the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. Open your eyes and get wise. Look alive. 95, word up.
God, it's so just so well done. I was gonna say clean again, but the reason why I hesitate on saying the word clean is clean. Yeah, kind of implies like, well, you guys understand. This ain't fucking like clean, right? Everything they're talking about is very dirty and dark and shit like that. But just the sound of it is so good. I want to click on this annotation for in the bridge, getting down, it ain't hard to tell, because I feel like that's a Nas reference. Yeah, okay. I thought so. Yeah. All right. Okay, good. Got a little bit of brain power working in here today. Honestly, I didn't really, even though I'm sitting here reading the lyrics and I'm hearing them, I wasn't paying any attention to what the fuck he was saying, because everything just sounded so good. And it was cool because, you know, Tupac, incredible with the sound of his voice and his flow and his kind of like, he's like his own drum beat, the sound, the way he talks. Anyway, not a great impression there, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. And this style is different, and I would say it's a little bit it sucks because I don't want to say a little bit more simple, a little bit more basic, because I think people get upset. What? This is great. No, it is great, but it's also great in how just what's the word? What's like a clean cut? I don't know how to describe it without saying something that like probably piss people off. I guess because it is just like settled in. I don't know, man. There's no flair to it. And normally I would say, oh, you know, you gotta have some variety, you know, pick it up, slow it down, inflections in the voice and all that kind of other stuff. This doesn't really do that, but it still works really well. And it's cool. Very cool. It's always fascinating to me when that kind of style on top of just a good, clean, straightforward beat will just work so well. So well. They better have their riot gear ready. Try to bag me and get rocked steady. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm reading the lyrics and I'm like, it's like I'm seeing them for the first time because I was so kind of captured by just the sound of the track, the entire sound of the track. It really too, you know, in terms of the lyrics, there's not a whole lot to take apart, right? Like this is pretty straightforward in the terms of gangster rap type lyrics. Now there was, you know, Lord forgive me, that Hennessy got me not knowing how to act. And that I find that kind of fascinating because there was the other line about, you know, I am my brother's keeper. So now we've got two little kind of ping references towards the Bible. I think both are Old Testament. Maybe not. Maybe I'm actually just getting this confused straight up. But those two kind of like little pings toward you know, biblical ideas or, you know, religious teachings or whatever you want to call it. To me, it kind of makes me think like there's this pit way down deep inside trying to survival of the fittest, you know, I get all that, but still, like in the core of this person, there's some guilt. Like, fuck, man, I don't want to have to do this. I don't want to have to do this. But this is the situation I'm in, and you got to go all out. Survival of the fittest type thing. I've fallen and I can't turn back. Good shit, man. Good shit. That one gets a heart too. That was a great. Oh yeah, well it's got 200 million listens. So yeah, this is also a pretty popular track. People using fake names to get out quick. My brother did it, got bagged with 2 ounces. There was something about hit with a 2 to 4 is difficult. 2 to 4 years. I wonder why he's specifying 2 to 4 being difficult. You know, shit happens for a reason. You find out who's your true peoples when you're upstate bleeding, because you're probably fucking like in prison or some shit, right? Getting shanked. You can't find a shorty to troop your bid with you. Hit with a 2 to 4 is difficult. Out on the streets to try to maintain time with milk. Cause like you, hoes like to run the game. I wonder why 2 to 4 would be hard, but so would be 10 years or 20 years. Maybe if it gets longer, it you don't fucking care anymore. Like you kind of view it as your life is over. Maybe. Well, let's keep going. That definitely got a heart. Track 4 is called Eye for an Eye. It's featuring Raekwon and Nas, produced by Havoc. Track 4, Eye for an Eye. Here we go. Kind of cool to hear some Wu-Tang and some Nas in here. Good beat again.
As time goes by, an eye for an eye. We in this together, son. Your beef is mine. So long as the sun shines to light up the sky. We in this together, son. Your beef is mine. As time goes by, an eye for an eye. We in this together, son. Your beef is mine. So long as the sun shines to light up the sky. We
in this together, your beef is mine.
Start from the beginning at the top of the list. Know what I mean? Have situation like this. Another war story from a thirsty young hustler. Won't trust her, I'd rather bust her and leave it caught for the cops to discover. Well, I be bipping in the Range Rover. All jewel like Liberace.
Jewels like Liberace.
Trying to knock me and lock me, but I be on the low sipping nasty spumante. But mostly keep the gag closely, cause niggas wanna toast me. Yo,
I like that. Mostly coastly toast me. That was good.
My blessings out of my weapons. Cop at the gat and let my nine serve purpose. Sling do my thing, organize thing service. Trying to make a meal is stress, you know the deal. So we sling pills, get your cap hill, cause everything is real. Cause I wanna chill, laid up in a jacuzzi. Sip a bubbly with my fingers on the Uzi. Try to infiltrate my fork, get caught dead up in New York. My brain is back with criminal thoughts.
I wanna contemplate this idea of relaxation here, right? Because I want to chill, laid up in a jacuzzi, sipping bubbly, with my fingers on the Uzi. And, I mean, it's just a line, right? But sometimes it's funny to consider the idea, like, is that really his idea of relaxation? Being in a hot tub with some champagne and your Uzi's laying right there? I guess if you kind of live in a war zone, you would feel less comfortable if you were unarmed. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the infamous prelude, right? He's telling, hey, I carry a gun. Don't fuck with me. I'm always strapped. Don't fuck with me. And so if you're in that world where, yeah, you just always have to have something with you, it probably would feel weird to not be armed. You would feel naked in a way. But, you know, it's funny just because in my world, if I was in a hot tub and I had some champagne and there was an Uzi laying there, I'd be like, I am fucking wildly uncomfortable right now, right? So there's a slightly different perspective on that. I think this album might be a little difficult for me to really dive into because, you know, the lyrics are good, the rhymes are good, the flow is good, it's all good, but it's also pretty much just, you know, gangster rap. And there's not a whole lot to take apart here. And that's fine. I've gotten better at just kind of settling to sound and stuff like that. But sometimes I get a little like guilty if I'm not talking about everything all the time, which probably sometimes can make the videos worse, but whatever. Let's drop into the hook. We got Nas. We got Raekwon. We'll finish this one up. I like this whole your beef is mine. We're in this together. Your beef is my beef. As long as the sun's in the sky.
thug dressed like a gentleman. Tailor-made ostrich, Chanel for my women friend. Murdering, numbers on your head while I'm burglaring. Shanking, serving them. What's up to all my niggas swerving in New York metropolis? The bridge brings apocalypse. Shoot at the clouds, feels like
Shooting
the
at the
Holy Beast
clouds.
is watching us. Madman, my sanity is going like an hourglass. Gun inside my bad hand, I slice trying to bag grams. As time goes by, an eye for an eye. We in this together, son, your beef is mine. So long as the sunshine to light up the skies. We in this together, son,
It's cool that
your
Nas
beef
is doing the hook
mine. As
too,
time goes by,
on the line,
an eye
we're in this
for an
together,
eye.
your beef
We
is
in this
mine.
together,
That's
son,
fucking
your
cool.
beef is mine. So long as the sunshine can light up the skies. We in this together, son, your beef is mine. It's mine.
Lay back, word out, just bless 'em with the
Another good
word
track.
of
I mean, this one gets a heart too, man. This is cool. Cool fucking sound.
Separation for your nation. Yeah.
Again, just good, clean production. Nothing crazy, nothing unnecessary. Well done. Well done. But then Nas is also from Queensbridge, right? I believe so. Not positive, but I believe so. Sip beers, the German ones. That's kind of funny. I mean, nowadays, I'm a huge craft beer fan. I drink a lot of craft beer, too much craft beer. I always wonder, how come I can't lose any weight? Oh, well, whatever it has to do with all these craft beer pints that I'm drinking. But like, I can kind of imagine in '95, back before the craft beer scene was big, and it was just, Bud Light and Coors Light and God knows what else. The German was like, ooh, what a fancy, a Pilsner. Oh my God, wow. Hofbräu? Wow. I don't really have much to say lyrically. I mean, it's cool, straightforward. There's not a lot to say, right? I mean, it's just gangster rap, I suppose. It's kind of weird. I was thinking earlier, you've got the old heads, right? Which is this is what they're all into. And I can understand that. I mean, this is cool to listen to. But at the same time, I sit here, I'm listening to it, I'm enjoying it. It's got a great sound, it's got a great feel. Everything about it is very good. But I can see why someone would love to just put this on and just have it, and you're listening and all this other shit. But you also don't have to pay attention. But then the fan base for this kind of music, the old heads, right? They hate the new shit where it's mumbling and it's whatever. But the people who enjoy that the same way. Like, it's very strange, I don't believe that anybody who listens to Mobb Deep, well, I don't know, maybe I'm just way out of my element on this. Like, I really doubt they're going line for line with every single song. It's probably just on. And the sound of the rapping, the sound of the production, that's what they enjoy overall. I'm assuming. Maybe I'm just right. But if that's the case, I would find it kind of funny that they hate this other music that is effectively enjoyed the exact same way. Like, there are songs that I love where I love singing to them because it's great. Maybe it's a little bit more of an emotional thing. I just love the way the vocals are. Like, Alice in Chains is a big one for that, the way they harmonize all the time. Love some of the songs that they have. They're screaming, or I'm listening to some metal because I love it. It's fucking, it's going crazy. Anyway, I don't really know what the hell my point was. Let's move on. Track 5 is another prelude. Okay, so this is Just Step Prelude, which goes into Give Up the Goods, Just Step, which is track 6. We'll roll through this prelude and let it just dive right into Give Up the Goods. So here we go. Here's track 5, Just Step.
Son, tell them about that bullshit they put you through.
Yo, son, word is born, done. Sometimes I wish I had 3 different faces. I'm going to court for 3 cases in 3 places. One in Queens, Manhattan, one in Brooklyn. The way things is looking, I'ma see sent you bookings. And fuck the Jake, they can catch me at my weight. And if I die, burn the bag of blade. Put the lie in the air, sometimes I just don't care.
Son, I got plans, power movements,
I do find it funny every now and then because you see this, right? Like, how the fuck did I get in this tight situation? Well, but from doing all the things that you're talking about in this album. And I know it's more of like a rhetorical, like, how did it ever get to this type of, I get it. But every now and then I laugh at the question because we all know what the answer is. If you're a fucking gangster doing all kinds of gangster shit, you get into some tight situations, you know?
Rule shit. I keep living like this, I might lose it. My man's coming home from doing long ass bids. What up, Kiko? I ain't seen your ass since we was kids, it's all strange. My niggas locked down thinking long range.
All right.
What up, man? You know what I'm saying? So I
Give
be
up the
telling
goods.
niggas, man, shit ain't the game, man. Shit real, kid.
Big Noid, produced by Q-Tip.
You know what I'm saying? Shit's definitely real, boy. Yeah. Trying to get this loot anyway. Hey, yo, Queens get
Cool.
the money long time.
Very, very cool drop
Caught up
in.
in the hustle where the guns go blast. The fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Pull out my heat first, see, pull out a seat last. No.
This sounds like the origin for the sample for Saint Tropez. Saint Tropez. I can't. English is my native language, and I can't speak it. J. Cole, 2014, Forest Hills Drive. This is that. This is the origin, right? I assume so.
The fuck you niggas living to this day. I'm trying to tell these young niggas crime.
Sure as hell sounds like it.
They looked at me and said, Queens niggas don't play. Do your thing, I'll do mine, kids stay out of my ways. Type hard trying to survive in New York State, but can't stop till I'm eating off a platinum plate. Po comes around and tries to relocate me. Lock me up forever, but they can't deflate me, cause having cash is highly addictive, especially when you used to have money to live with. I pour a step back, look at my life as a whole. Ain't no love, it seems the devil done stole my soul. I'm out Philadelphia, selfie, P's not helping ya. I'm trying to get this Lexus up, plus the cellular, yo, big noise.
What up, cousin?
I can't cope with all these crab niggas trying to shorten my rope.
Yo, it's the R-A-P-P-E-R-N-O-Y-D. Niggas can't fuck with me. Coming straight out of QB, pushing the infinity. You ask, can I rip it constantly? Mentally, definitely. So I escape, see, back to Queens, pumping the fiends, making more cream. Know
Making
what I
more
mean?
cream.
I'm a natural born hustler. Won't try to cut ya. Pull out my phone and bust
There ain't no time for fake jacks, cause brothers
They're just
that
rolling.
fake jacks,
Holy
they doing
shit.
it back. The streets is real, can't roll without steel. I feel how I feel, cause I was born to kill. Do what I gotta, to eat a decent meal, brothers are starving. But trying to find a job, son, it's all about bargain. So don't be alarmed when we come through. We supposed to, if you opposed to, get your face blown, dude. Cause back on the 41st, how we do we ride. Sipping in your J, getting bent all night. You
I like that.
Never seen him in my whole life. Step to his business, cause it's only right.
I like it when they every now and then they'll just kind of like half sing a word, you know. So this absolutely is. Well, I'm assuming this production is the original production off this track. It's not sampling something else, but this is absolutely what J. Cole was sampling from on Saint Tropez. Fuck, I can't say that for some reason. I love that song. It's one of my favorites off that album. That's why I recognize it basically fucking instantly. Kind of pausing in the middle of, well, not kind of fucking pausing in the middle of the verse, but wanted to go back. You know, so I'm going to kind of make fun of this a little bit. You know, how do I end up in these tight situations? Well, even pack my gap when I go to see my PO. There's an example of what will get you into a tight situation. Right? And then there was another line. Oh, with all these crab people trying to shorten my rope. That was a great one too, just because the idea of, you know, people trying to pull you back down. I guess let's finish the song. I kind of fucked it up by pausing it here, but we'll finish it up and I'll punch through a little bit of lyrics.
Stash the heat, then proceeded to peep. Out the window, call my son, yo son, we got beef, but no question. Money had a problem, so we'll solve them.
I got my mind on the stick up, now it's time to get paid. Thinking of ways to take food already made. There's crime in the air, ain't no time to be afraid. Give me yours or get laid.
Give up the goods.
I got lots of love for my crew, that is. No love for them other crews and rival kids. All them out of town niggas know what time it is. And if they don't, they need to buy a watch. Word up, for years I've been doing the same shit. Just drinking liquor, doing bids, extorting crackheads, and sticking up the stick-up kids. Stick-up kids.
That one gets a heart. That's a good track. I am kind of already entering this state of duality though, where great album, absolutely great album, no question. I mean, the only one that do not have hearts are just these little prelude things. All four of the actual like song tracks have been fucking phenomenal so far. But I'm already kind of bored with the gangster lyric content. So we'll see how that goes. Well, see, I think a lot of it probably comes from the fact that I was with, sitting down with All Eyez on Me, which was fucking 2.5 hours of it. And it's like, after a while, I'm like, I get it, like, okay. And it's weird, right? Because I do listen to a lot of different stuff throughout the day. I'll put on Mastodon, I'll put on Prodigy, I'll put on Tool, I'll put on Pink Floyd, I'll put on fucking Smino, listen to some Mac Miller, just all over. And I really like that variety. And so even with metal, some of my favorite metal stuff, after a while I'm like, okay, I'm ready for something different. I like variety. So we'll see how this plays out with my experience with this album. Musically, in terms of the complete result of the track, it sounds fucking phenomenal so far. Great beat. Good, consistent, solid flow, good, clean rhymes. I mean, just really, really easy to listen to. But in terms of the lyrical content, it's like, okay. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what people say about that, Because if you're a big, big fan of it, it's hard to imagine people getting bored with it, And not to say that I'm getting bored, but just lyrically. Basically, I want something to pay attention to. And for me, lyrically, I don't really care. Maybe I'm just not in the right headspace or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because I listened to so much Tupac last week. I'm already ready for something else. Back to Queens, pumping the fiends, making more cream. There's a couple lines in here that I like though. Ain't no time for faking jacks, because brothers that fake jacks get laid on their backs. What is faking jacks? This lyric is a reference to hip-hop groups. I don't know. Faking Jacks featuring Pete is a song itself on its own production. Okay, so apparently that's a song reference, I guess. Even pack my gat when I go to see my PO. God damn it. Jump out my hoopty, pass my gat and my lookie to my shorty in case my PO try to troop me. Yeah. Fucking crazy. Crazy. The streets is real, can't roll without steel. I feel how I feel because I was born to kill. Do what I gotta do to eat a decent meal, brothers are starving. Don't try to find a job, son. It's all about robbing. That's just fucking crazy too, man. Because it's kind of the double whammy, right? You try and go get a job, earn an honest living or whatever you want to call it. You're probably not making as much money, and then somebody else robs you anyway, so you're fucked. Kind of a weird feedback loop there. Cool track. That was good. I will have to say though, Give Up the Goods, good song. I prefer Give Me the Loot. I think Give Me the Loot is a superior track in terms of acquiring wealth through theft of others. That's just my opinion. Track 7 is called Temperatures Rising, featuring Crystal Nicole, produced by Havoc and Q-Tip. Oh, that's kind of cool. They're both working on it together. All right, track 7, Temperatures Rising.
Yeah.
It's so, there is something about just a hip-hop drum beat, man. Just immediately start.
Yeah,
It's just in the blood.
What up, son? I heard they got you on the run for a body. Now
Good
it's time to stash
bass
the
in
guns.
there.
They probably got the phones tapped, so I won't speak long. Give me your hot second, and I'ma put you on. It's all messed up, somebody snitching on the crew. And word is on the street is they got pictures of you. Homicide came to the crib last night, 6 deep, asking all your whereabouts and where you sleep. They said
shit.
they just wanna question you. But me and they once they catch you, all they do is just arrest you, then arraign you, hang you. I don't think so. It's a good thing you bounce for now, just stay low. Once in a blue, I
Cool,
check to see how you
jazzy
doing.
element
I know you
added
need
to
blue,
this.
So I send it to Western Union. They probably knock down the door in the middle of the night, sometimes around 4.
We'll get through Prodigy's verse and I'll chat a bit about this. Good story so far.
What up, Black? Hold your head wherever you at. On the flow from the cops with wings on your back. That snitch nigga. Gave police your location. We'll chop his body up at 6 degrees of separation. Killer, listen.
Fuck.
Shit ain't the same without you at home. Phony niggas walk around trying to be your clone. They really fear you. when you was at home, it was pale. That's why they wanna see you either dead or in jail. There's a chance your case will get thrown out, cause they ain't got no proof to say you guilty. Your fingerprints filthy, deliver me the gun I tied to a brick and throw it in the river. Make sure it's safe to
nice.
the bottom.
Deliver, drop to the river.
Projects,
That's
we got
good.
'em, but still, but still, but still.
So this song is, I like this song. I'm going to put a heart next to this one too. So far, every song has gotten a heart. But this is like a fascinating, like almost, I don't want to say philosophical debate, but you know, this track does a great job of kind of laying out so many different elements of why this type of environment is so complicated and why I get so annoyed with like the online discussion that surrounds it, right? Because on one hand, you're going to have people who say the cops should roll in there and bust every one of those motherfuckers and throw them all in prison. They're all criminals, right? Okay, I understand where you're coming from. That's not quite really solving the problem. Like, you don't really fully understand the problem. You've got these guys saying, oh, they're all snitches. You know, they're helping the cops and, you know, they're all just snitches and shit like that. Like, okay, I understand that perspective as well. But, like, the previous track, you know, give up the goods, that little line about don't get a job, it's all about robbing because, you know, it's kind of the only way to make money. But to me, it's just, there's a lot of dynamics in play between the idea of, look, there's fucking criminals running around, killing people, robbing people. That needs to stop. So therefore, here comes the police. Okay. But then the idea of, you know, the police aren't exactly always good, honest people trying to do the right thing. Sometimes they're just coming in to bust heads. Sometimes they're coming in for God knows what. Sometimes they're coming in to just fucking steal money themselves from, you know, the fucking dealers and shit like that. So it's not like the police is always going to be the right solution. There's drug laws that fall into it. There's the fucking, you know, the economic environment of the area that falls into it. It's all really kind of wild. And all these things overlap on top of it. You've got drug addiction. You've got fucking mental health problems. You've got broken families. You've got lack of education. Like, it's just fucking crazy. And how do you solve that, you know? Now, I have no idea. That's why I am not a politician. I'm just a guy who can barely remember a write-up that I read 10 minutes ago, you know? But I think about this listening to songs like this. Because this is basically one piece of a massive puzzle of all these different perspectives of the same thing, you know? And the temperature's rising, you know, the heat, of course. There was a really interesting line here about I should have backtracked. You know, every now and then I backtrack. Sometimes I stroll past the scene of the crime and backtrack. Damn, why did the situation go down like that? You know, just kind of reflecting on why did it happen this way? And really, this perspective is funny because he's almost like, oh shit, if we would have kept our cool, this wouldn't have gone down, and now we wouldn't have all this heat from the cops trying to find the people. So it's like, God damn it, if we would have just kept our heads together, there wouldn't have been all this crazy murder, and we could still be selling drugs on the street, making money, and robbing people. Like, it's just strange, you know, very strange, very, very interesting to listen to. There is, it almost sounds nice. This part, like Crystal, sounds great. But it is kind of funny, this pleasant sound surrounding the idea of getting more heat from the cops. Oh, it's funny. Cool song. Again, man, this album is pretty fucking impressive. All right, so that's just kind of a fade out there. Track 8 is called Up North Trip. Well, let's see. Was there anything else I wanted to touch on with the lyrics? There was some of the first verse. Phones are tapped. Won't be long. Give me a hot second. Came to the crib. Homicide came to the crib. You know, last night. 6 deep, asking your whereabouts, where you sleep. Once they catch you, all they'll do is arrest you. Yeah. This is kind of what got me on the thing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, especially right now, American society is very torn and kind of like refusing to listen to any other argument other than their own, right? Like all cops are bastards. That's one argument that won't listen to anything else. Another argument is got to roll in there and bust every single fucking head. They won't listen to anything else. It's really frustrating because there's a lot of complexity that exists with these types of situations. Oh well, okay. I've hit that enough. Up North Trip, track 8, produced by Havoc. Well, let's jump in, see how this one is. I have enjoyed, there's been just a little subtle use of like air instruments, horns, flutes. It's been fucking cool. Or maybe I'm confusing something else. But there's just been like this little bit of layer of like light jazz in the album, and it just adds this great fucking sound.
To the back of a blue police vehicle. Next come the bookings. The way things is looking. It's Friday. You in for a long stay. Getting shackled on the bus. First thing come Monday. Hoping in your mind you'll be released one day. But knowing home is a place you're not going for a long while. Now you're up on the L, in a position that you ain't got you refusing to smile. But keep in mind there's a brighter day. After your time spent, it used to be wild, but locked up you can't get bent, don't you can hack it. Now you request a PC, you're fragile, it ain't hard to see. Make moves at night, pack your heat in this war zone. Niggas is Trife, running for one time. Ain't no time to slip, make one false move, and it's a up north trip, living the high life. Make your moves at night.
I like these kind of additional hits on the drum.
Ain't no time to slip, make one false move, and it's a up north trip.
You tried to dip, duck, but still got bucked. You talk too much shit, you should've kept your mouth shut. All that gossip, motherfucker, don't you know my Glock kicks hollow tips to your body, mad toxic. I fade you, blow you with a rusty ass razor. Did you a favor, try to wet you, but I grade you. Keep my 9 up the ball so my shit won't jam. God forbid if my shit do. Run behind the tree, fix my shit, then hit you. Slugs in your body, only in your brain tissue. Brain breeze from the scene, get ghost, that's the pistol. So simple, then. Watch my back, lay up and relax. Roll a sack of A black, find a shorty to tag.
Interesting verse. Interesting experience so far. You know, every now and then there's been a couple little references to stress, a couple references to the Bible, just subtle, really subtle. They're like tiny little breadcrumbs. And you know, as he started this second verse, you know, you talk too much shit. You should have kept your mouth shut. All that gossip, motherfucker. Don't you know my Glock kicks? Hollow tips to your body, mad toxic. There's some, you know, kind of hypocrisy there, right? You talk too much shit while he's obviously just talking a bunch of shit. And I don't know anything about these two guys. So, you know, who knows what they've gone through. And I'm not trying to like downplay what they have or have not done or whatever. But, you know, a little bit of duality there, right? Telling somebody else to stop talking so much shit while talking mad shit to them. Then talking about, you know, chill for a while, make them think the beef is stopped. I creep like a thief in the night. It's only right. Ain't no turning back. It's on tonight. If I get caught, then my ass is up north. So he's trying to, you know, kill this guy without getting caught, obviously. But then he got this line. Stressed. Smoking back-to-back cigarettes. And it's just kind of woven in there. Nothing huge, right? And then, you know, it kind of keeps going. Hit him, you know, they pump the cracks at. Murder was the master plan. You know, keep my 9 up so to par so my shit. So this was another line that I found interesting too. Keep my 9 up to par so my shit won't jam. God forbid if my shit do run behind a tree, fix it, then try and hit you. Talk about all this stuff. Kind of planning this murder, trying to kill this guy without getting caught, stressed out, concerned about his gun jamming. And it's really kind of fascinating because if you listen to this song, you just kind of listen to it. Hardcore gangster rap, dark, cold, you know, no remorse. But if you really pay attention, he's fucking worried. Like worried. And that is a really interesting duality to me because, you know, we're about halfway into this album or so. And it's been pretty bold, pretty, I don't want to say aggressive, but just raw, right? No apologies. This is what it is. This is what I do. I got my gun with me at all times, even when I visit my parole officer, right? But there's also just these little bits of stress, concern, not settled, not at peace. That's what I'm trying to get to. None of this is peaceful. There's no peace in any of this. And it's fascinating. It's kind of, I mean, it's honestly, it's sad. Like it sucks that this is a situation that exists for probably lots of people. And then I start thinking about kind of like the psychological side of it all, and things like this being a defense mechanism, you know, which, I mean, it makes sense, right? If you live in a extremely violent, rough area, you can't be someone who's like open with their feelings and all this other shit, right? You got to have this tough exterior to survive, which is survival of the fittest. Another track we had. It's just kind of interesting. I'm finding these little hints at things inside of very much a gangster rap album. It's kind of cool that it's in there. All right, let's finish this one up.
Make your moves at night, pack your heat in this war zone. Niggas is Trife running for one time. Ain't no time to slip. Make one.
Great little drum beats on this one.
I got the powder, combined with the powder and water. It order drop in a half an hour. In the form of oil, watch the cocaine boil. Keep my eye on it so the shit won't spoil. Then I pause and ask God why. Yeah. Did he put me on the surf just so I could die? I sit back and build on all the things I did wrong while I'm still breathing and all my friends gone.
Yeah.
I try not to dwell on the subject for a while, cause I might get stuck in this corrupt lifestyle. But my heart pumps foul blood through my arteries, and I can't turn it back, it's a part of me. Too late for crying, I'm a grown man struggling to reach the next level of life without fumbling down.
Wow.
I got no shoulder to lean on but my own. All alone in this danger zone. Been a high life, making moves at night. Pack your heat in this war zone. Niggas is Trife running for one time. Ain't no time to slip. Make one false move and it's a up north trip. Living the high life.
Great song. Honestly, I want to say it's going to be my favorite from the album because of what they're saying in this one. But I mean, Survival of the Fittest is fucking fantastic. I mean, that's my front runner right now. Every now and then I go through these albums and I'll pause in the middle, right? Like I always do, talk, and then I'll hit play. And then what follows up after what I say, I go, people are going to think I'm cheating on these fucking reactions where I sit down for their stuff. Like, I talked about all that shit. And then what does he do? He follows up with this whole verse. I pause and ask God why. Did he put me on this earth just so I could die? Sit back and build on all the things I did wrong. Why am I still breathing? All my friends are gone. I try not to dwell on the subject for a while because I might get stuck in this corrupt life. I mean, it's fascinating. I was talking about stress and your concern and worry and all this other shit. And here he basically opens up that whole can. Sitting there cooking cocaine. Basically going, what the fuck? Like, why am I even here? This doesn't make any sense. This sucks. This is miserable. All my friends are dead. My heart pumps foul blood through my arteries and I can't turn it back. It's a part of me. And this is the part that's extremely sad to me. I've met a couple people in my life who they were doing stuff and they just went, well, I guess it's just who I am. And it's like, no, man, no. Now this situation is very different, but I mean, people, you can change. You can change. It's never too late. It might feel like it. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's another day. And, I remember when I was a junior in high school, I kind of fell in with the potheads, and they were cool. They were good people, but it was a bad crowd. I wasn't really with the bad crowd. And I essentially had to move. I was living with my mom at the time. I moved back with my dad because that was kind of the only way I could get away from it. It is hard. Like if you feel like you're kind of trapped in your own little social circle, your own little whatever, and you can't really get out because it would mean I got to get rid of all my friends. I can't hang out at all the places that I hang out. I can't do the things I like to do. Like if you want to get out, you essentially have to just burn your whole life down and start over. And that's not easy. But it is something you can do. It's not impossible. It's just kind of fascinating that in this kind of hardcore gangster rap album. Here it is. Too late for crying. I'm a grown man struggling to reach the next level of life without fumbling down or folding. Got no shoulder to lean on but my own. All alone in this danger zone. Time waits for no man. The streets grow worse. Fuck the whole world. My money comes first. Survival of the fittest, right there. That's kind of. The question that always comes to my mind with the idea of, okay, I can't make it. I got to sell drugs to make money. And okay. And then it's, okay, I'm making money. I've got money. And then instead of, I'm going to make money and hoard a pile and get the fuck out of here, it turns into, I'm going to buy flash things, nice car, show up, rather than escape. That's always something that's fascinating to me as well. Like, there are moments where it seems like people are expressing the idea, I've got to get out of here. But then when they actually have the resource to do so, they don't, And again, this is me sitting in my house. This isn't, please don't take this too literally. This is just me kind of pondering these concepts, these ideas, these situations. I have no idea what anybody's real life is like. So I'm not even trying to speak on Mobb Deep specifically. It's just fascinating, Fascinating. Okay. That was fun. What the fuck is that sound? Oh. There's an airplane flying by, apparently 12 feet above my house. It sounds like it's right there. Track 9 is called Trife Life, produced by Havoc. Let's drop in. So far, it's all hearts, except for the interludes. It's all hearts. So we'll see if Trife Life keeps that chain going. This is a great album.
Check it out now.
And I'm glad the last couple tracks kind of had a little bit more of a theme, story to it, rather than just the gangster shit, because I was just kind of losing interest, honestly. It all sounds great, but I like it when there's a little bit more going on.
It's just another day, drowning my troubles with a 40. That's when I got the call from this brown skin shorty. She asked me where's my crew at, said we could do whatever. She got a crew too, and said that we should get together. I said alright, just call me back in an hour, so I could take a shower and gather up the manpower. Then I hung up the horn, and I thought to myself that it might be on, cause this trick ain't pick up the phone and call me in years. Ever since I just said lonely and tears, ain't no telling what a friend's putting up in the ears. Ideas are setting me up, I'm not trying to hear.
Check it out, son.
So we take the gas for precautions, plus this trick, live in Brooklyn, home up the coffin. She might
home up the coffin.
The Bucktowners waiting for us to get up off the train and surround us, or maybe I'm blowing this shit out of proportion. Every angle of the car was smoked out and tinted, so we couldn't tell if the enemy was in it. There might have been TNT. I wasn't trying to wait to see we jetted through Marcy, cause these ain't bagging me. Worse, son, they got us on the run, done. See, yo,
trippy.
Check it out, yo. Trife Life got me thinking like an animal. No doubt, yo. Fucking Keem is what you don't know.
Fucking trippy. This is a very cool. This gets a fucking heart too. This is kind of fast. I'm glad it's kind of taken a turn. Like, we've gotten some very interesting songs here. What I want to ask is, why did they go at all? Like, this sounds horrible. This sounds like a very stressful situation to be in. And especially if you're planning on bad shit going down. So if that's the case, sounds like my model is risk reward, right? High risk. What the fuck's the reward then? What are we getting after here? Maybe they specify a little. I mean, if it's just the girl, if he's just trying to score on some girl, who gives a fuck, right? Who gives a fuck? Now you're out there with your friends. You're all fucking 6 deep with 5 heats. Nothing sweet. First one front and getting lifted off his fucking feet. Great little section of lines right there. Heartbeat is racing like a cardiac patient. I saw not a soul, told my peoples to be patient, but hold up. That's when a black caravan rolled up, legs in it froze up, eyes open because it might go down. Didn't like the way it's starting to sound. Fascinating fucking song. But why are they there? If it's this fucking intense, I'd be like, nah, let's go. Let's go. I'm hungry. Let's go get a burger and let's get the fuck out of here, man. Fascinating song.
Check it. You're on your way to your girl's crib, but the bitch live in the bridge. You ain't really sweating it. Cause little do you know, the niggas in the bridge be setting it. You thought you was safe and tried to walk the back streets without heat. On the 47th side of 12th Street, the side where niggas don't give a fuck. The side where if you come through front and kid, you getting bucked. On your way to apartment 3A with a fat head won't let him slide no days. Son, get the heat, cause I'm about to stick him. Fuck that shit, yo. That nigga front don't hit him. I bet, so just hold it down while I cut back.
Cool sound, too.
You're upstairs moaning, not knowing that I'm scheming. Just the right time, kid, it's 12 in the evening. Fuck a 9 to 5, I get the loot with ease. Don't even need a degree to earn a 6-digit figure. I get mine slinging on the corner with my niggas, pulling the trigger when the drama appears. Cause a nigga worst enemy is fear. So, yo, check it out.
Trippy, man. I love that sound too, that whoa, whoa. It's almost like sounds like a train horn or something. Kind of adds to the atmosphere of what's going on.
You got too much drama for that sweet shit. Kiss your life goodbye.
And then there's like 20 more seconds of track. Oh, it just kind of keeps the beat rolling. It's almost like the nighttime aftermath where, you know, all that shit went down and life keeps on going, doesn't it? Trippy track, man. Yeah, there's a line. Though my goal is to leave out of state, push keys, but all this bullshit hold me down, I can't leave. Fucking 9 to 5, get the loot with these, don't even need a degree to earn a 6-digit figure, right? But even here, I'm like, you know, people, how come they don't stash up to get out? Here he's saying, I got to get out of state. But he wants to get out of state so he can keep selling drugs, man. This song, too, brings up, there was another one, was it Most Def, I think? I can't remember the name of the track, but I think it was Most Def where he's talking about, you know, you're wearing all this flashy shit, you're just going to get robbed. That's another element of, I don't want to say hip hop culture, but just this in general that always throws me off. You know, there's so many songs about fucking stealing people's chains, give me the loot, give up the goods, all robbing them. But then always you hear songs about how I'm wearing this and I'm wearing that, and you're just begging for it. You know, it's something that I will never really understand. And a big part of that is because I am not a flashy person. I love if not being noticed at all. Honestly, that's like my dream. Like the idea of anybody looking at me because I've got something fancy on and they want to try and get it. Now my car is usually kind of dirty, empty. There's nothing in my car ever. You look in the windows, nothing. If I could be invisible, it'd be fantastic. I don't know, man. Trife Life. Trippy song. Trippy fucking song. And, you know, another thing that's very funny, too. It's because it's just chasing some ass. This guy shows up at the other fucking side of town trying to chase some ass. They're in the bad part where they're fucking, what was it? The Coffin. Not Brooklyn. Shit. Brooklyn, home of the Coffin. This chick lives in Brooklyn, home of the Coffin. And you still go out there. Well, it made me think of Good Kid, Mad City, right? Where he's out there trying to hook up with Shireen, I suppose. All right, let's keep going. Track 10 is called QU Hectic. Produced by Havoc. Here we go. Let's jump in. Track 10.
What up, Queens in this motherfucker tonight, man? What up, man? Queens in the fatty right there. What up, man? How about you drinking something, boo? Fatty singing.
Two Hennessy's, all right.
What up, them Queens niggas, man? What? They killers or something, man?
More chaos.
I opened my eyes to the streets where I was raised as a man and learned to use my hands for
Wow.
protection and scuffles. Throwing my blows and doubles. I'm coming from Queens, motherfucker carrying guns and couples and wildin'. A QU soldier from left rack to Rockaway, back to Queensbridge. Black is only crack sales, making niggas act like that. Back in the days we could scrap, now you laying your back. Cause things change with time. I traded in my
Cool
number
sound.
and rather live the life of crime with my best stock connection. Connecting the two is live boot, start shit to wow.
Very fucking cool.
Baisley, 40p, get down. And when you're out of town, represent your ground. Them niggas bleed just like us, showing where we come from. Queens, leaving niggas done, son. The ball gets hectic. Shit is for real up in Queens.
This is fucking cool. This might be my favorite track. I love the sound on this one. Super dark.
Sling on the corners like we always do. Son, get that loot quick. Spend
Hectic
the dough
gets it
like I
hard.
never had shit. Ain't nothing soft or sweet. I lift you off your feet. When I cop back the heat, whole proves the tree.
Ain't nothing soft or sweet. I lift you off your feet.
And then that sound too. This is fucking cool.
Shit is for real, we about to get hectic. Shit is for real, we about to get hectic. Everything is real and
Now, consider this. Okay, we're an hour, 20 minutes in. I'm probably the most excited I've been so far during this album reaction. And earlier I was saying I was kind of like losing interest just in terms of the lyrical content. Not the album in general, not the sound in general, but lyrically I was kind of just losing interest. This production is fucking fantastic. People are talking about it. It's cold, it's creepy, it's dark. That is this right here. This is fucking awesome, man. Hectic. So far is my favorite track. Well, fuck. I need to listen to Survival of the Fittest again, but this is a phenomenal sound. Phenomenal sound. Let's keep going.
inside my mind these days. You can't make it if you ain't affiliated with crime. A lifetime of street living. Throughout the beef, I've accumulated many slugs have been given. But wildin' ain't the way to be living. You're only gonna end up bloody on the floor, shivering or locked up, caught inside the beast. Meanwhile, on the streets ain't no more peace. My man, Stone Cold Kid, hold your own. In the cell, locked down, not far from home. And at the same time, on the outside, I'm representing. Still packing heat, making cowards keep stepping, getting high. It's cause of the lie, I can't lie. I can move the crowd, popping slugs in the sky. Means I need to slow down, moving through life at a high speed. Watching all the slow runners pass by me, I can see through you. Due to my queen's education, speaking in behalf of his drug game nation.
Trippy verse.
Queens Nation, up in Queens, shit is for real, we about to get hectic. Word up. Shaolin, shit is for real, we about to get hectic. Word up, kid. The BK, shit is for real, we about to get hectic. You know what I'm saying? In Manhattan, shit is for real, we about to get
It almost, this is crazy. It almost feels like a fucking nightmare.
Word up, you know what I'm saying? World, kid.
Fucking amazing song. I love that track. What's crazy to me is it has the least amount of listens. With the exception of the interludes, this track has the least amount of listens off of the album. Except for, well, the additional songs don't have a whole lot. I love that. QU Hectic is fucking amazing. It feels like one of those, it's not quite a nightmare, but it feels like one of those dreams when you wake up and you're just like, what the fuck was that? Like weird, almost a nightmare type thing. Especially the second fucking verse, or third verse, I'm sorry. Everything is real inside my mind these days. You can't make it if you ain't affiliated with crime. All the beef. But wildin' ain't the way to be living. You're only going to end up bloody on the floor shivering. Or locked up, caught inside the beast. Meanwhile, on the streets ain't no more peace. My man, Stobo Kid, hold your own in a cell locked down not far from home. And at the same time, on the outside, I'm representing still packing heat. Make you cowards keep stepping. Why come around if you're afraid of what's over here? My man, Havoc put the bug in my ear. On the real for real, but wait, it gets realer. Real like an innocent child that turned killer. It's things like that only make things iller. Making cream doing sticks if you ain't got a drug dealer. Too much drama to get into. And people regret when they begin to. Regardless of your name or what you've been through, pause for a second, open your eyes and think. Life ain't the game that it seems to be. Fuck a fantasy, I'm living in reality, caught up in this untouchable mentality. I need to slow down, moving through life at a high speed, watching all the slow runners pass by me. That second verse and the way the production's going, it just feels like this kind of like just eerie realization, you know, and that's probably not quite accurate because it's not like they're realizing, they're full aware of the situation that they're in and what's going on. But sometimes it's almost like a zoom out effect, you know, like when you're in the thing and you're doing the thing, you're kind of aware and yeah, it sucks. But every now and then in life, right, you kind of get that moment where you can kind of step back and really look at what's going on and go, oh, fuck. Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good. Trippy fucking song, man. Loved the production on that one. That was amazing. Well, we're still 100% on hearts. Save the preludes. We're 100%. This album has been as phenomenal as everybody says it is. Track 10 is called Right Back At You with Big Noid, Raekwon, and Ghostface Killer. Drop it in. Track 11. Track 11. Right Back At You. I love the bass. They do such a great job with the production on this.
94 to 95. And it's all about crime.
Yeah, check it out now, run for your life. Or you wanna get your heat, whatever. We could die together. As long as I send your maggot ass to the essence. I don't give a fuck about my presence. I'm lost in the blocks of hate and can't wait for the next crab nigga to step and meet fate. Pick up the handle and insert the potion. Cock the shit back in a calm-like motion.
Holy shit.
Share your plans with a stranger. Word is born. Check it out now. Kid, now I got you. You got the heart to get busy without your crew. Let's get it on, nigga, do what we gotta do. You bucking me, I'm bucking right back at you. I put the drop on you, kid, now I got you. You got the heart to get busy without your crew. Let's get it on, nigga, do what we gotta do. You bucking me, I'm bucking right back at you.
Check it out, check it out, check it out now. Check it out, check it out, check it out now. Check it out.
This song feels like colder than all of the other ones so far. Like this one's just brutal.
It's where you from, cause where I'm from, niggas pack nothing but the big guns. Around my way, niggas don't got remorse for out of towners. Come through front and they get stuck with the 3-pounder. With Max and Tex, the link to get your dome crushed. You thought that you could come around my way and beef stupid fuck. What the hell you smoking? What the
Holy
fuck
shit,
possessed you?
man.
Come out
Holy
your face.
shit.
Now I have to wet you. Throw on my tins, black mask and black surgery. Twist a nigga cap, then jump in the J30. Cause I'm putting the drop on you, kid, now I got you. You got the heart to get busy without your crew. Let's get it on, nigga, do what we gotta do. You bucking me, I'm bucking right back at you.
We'll pause right before the woo drops in. This shit's fucking crazy, man. Crazy. No remorse for out-of-towners. Come through front and get stuffed with a 3-pounder. The loud sounder ear ringer. I'm going to point the finger at all you wannabe gunslingers. You got a real ice grill, but are you really real? Step to the hill, I'm going to test your gun skill. I mean, this shit, he's just... Where was the line? You're just a chump who needs to get drunk to buck wild. Like, what I love about that line is what is being said by not being said. You're just a chump who needs to get drunk to do this, which also very heavily implies I do this stone sober. It doesn't bother me at all. Like, that's what's kind of wild about that line. It's crazy because this whole album has definitely just been fucking hardcore. This one feels like the most hardcore. I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of like additive process, right? As you just get more and more layers through the album with each track, it just gets fucking harder and harder. Crazy. I ain't trying to fight. We can settle this like some grown men on the concrete floor. My slugs will put a stop to your hardcore ways of action. I grab the guy. That ain't no turning back when I start blasting. There was something else though. I don't give a fuck about my presence. I'm lost in the blocks of hate and can't wait for the next crab person to step up and meet fate. Lost in the blocks of hate. Again, just this little tiny breadcrumb. Every now and then you get this little glimpse of someone who is expressing, I hate this. I'm trapped. I'm stuck. This is awful. You know? It's really kind of strange. Well, it's not strange, but it's tough to process, I should say. That's what I mean. All right, let's drop into Ghostface and Raekwon.
The richest nigga in the project who got it locked, rockin' convertibles, drop tops and that hot. Piece of that whiz kid and players on his team who's organized. All our balls is on clean. And your whole clique got nothing but raw shit. Whip after whip, stay flashing your dick on tricks. Your whole crew's ravishing, teams untouchable in the jungle, banging Nas, Mobb, Deep, and Woo. It's out there.
That's cool that they're all three kind of working together.
You know what's out there. Thousands of grams wrapped in saran. Seal tight, keep the freshness. That's how we expand. Mask Avenger, drop your gun, son. Now surrender. Get ninja on the island. Plus the bridge, boy, remember. My little thug selling drugs and he's struggling. The gang got him bugging. I try to tell him, slow down, cousin. Slow down, baby. He said, what, you trying to play me? You must be crazy. Pull out the heat and almost blaze me. Then he was Swayze. The shot must have dazed me. Thug selling drugs, busting slugs, but he ain't crazy.
Oh man, this is crazy. Holy shit, man. Wild song. That one gets a heart too. This has just been a fucking fantastic album. Even though I'm not super into the gangster rap lyrically, the content and stuff like that. But fuck, man, this one's been so good. So good. Then he was Swayze, another Swayze line there. Then he was Ghost. Shot must have dazed me. Thug selling drugs, bust slugs, but he ain't crazy. Talking about his buddy. The game got him bugging. I tried to tell him, slow down, cousin, but he's vexed. And people getting wet up in the projects, but with no doubt, Shorty's out for his respect. But is his brain insane from the lie? Somebody just died last week as he swore he was grown and he's a thug in the street. Again, I mean, it's just another layer. Every now and then they just put in these little bits. It's kind of neat that this album can be so hardcore and so humanizing at the same time. Like, there's nothing about this that is like pretty or even like understandable. But they're painting this picture so well, and they put off these little kind of subtle strokes to the side every now and then. Sometimes it's kind of right in front of you, like this verse is, where you start to kind of like see the humanized ruin. You know, people going fucking crazy from this shit, as they should, because this is crazy. Wow. Next track's a prelude, the Grave prelude. So it's 50 seconds, which will then drop us into Cradle to the Grave. Not a great hint there at what's coming next. That was produced by Havoc. The prelude is produced by Mobb Deep. So I'll just let it roll into Cradle to Grave, which is track 13. So this is 12, and we'll roll into 13.
Oh, shit!
All right. We're going to roll into Cradle to the Grave. Another dark sound.
Forever wild from the cradle to the grave. Kid, watch your back. One time's coming always. They locked me up for 12 days. I can't comprehend. Now I'm a free man on the streets again. Chasing St. Eyes down with some Seagram's gin. Life is like a dice game and I'm in to win. On the scene, from the 41st side of Queens, we get the crib.
Great production, man. Good, consistent beat. There's that little lo-fi sound.
To all my people's locked down, coming back to life. In the world once again, though your bid was trife. While you was gone, we was going to war. And even more, saw my man laying dead on the floor. Kid, I swore that our crew would live forever. I guess I was wrong, no. Until we meet again, hold your head and stay strong, yo. Got my mind on a place to hide from police. Sweating dogs as I'm running across 12th Street. Just as I approached the block, I spotted Jake on the creep.
The bass on this one is nice and deep, too. Just low.
Hurry back so I can warn my man. Said, where's the gun we saw? We
Where's the
know
gun
you
we
was
saw?
there at the homicide scene. And if it wasn't you, it was somebody from your team. From the cradle to the grave.
Fucking wild, man.
From the cradle to the grave. From the cradle to the grave. From the cradle to the grave. From the cradle to the grave.
You know, my mind is just, it kind of wanders around listening to these things and trying to comprehend anything like this because honestly, I can't. Like, I don't even remember the last time I got a fucking speeding ticket. You know, like, I can't process this kind of shit. And so, of course, my naive brain goes, you know, how do you stop kids from doing this, and how do you help them? I don't fucking know if you can, man. Like I was saying earlier in the video, there's so many layers to this shit. So many layers. And one of them, I think, that's probably the hardest to crack is this idea of, which we've heard a couple times in this album, this idea of, it's too late for me, I'm lost, I can't turn back, I'm already too far gone. That concept, even if the person, let's say the person's out of that environment, has a path forward, has a future, has a life, no, I'm already ruined. You know, how do you fix that? That by itself is very difficult, let alone all the other elements needed for success to try and get somebody out of something like this. Crazy, man. This shit is crazy. Like, this has been really a fascinating listen. And I'm glad I gave it time. I am glad earlier I said I was kind of losing interest because that was true, but it's neat that in that the album has turned and evolved into its own thing, and it is really kind of fascinating now at this point.
Son blessed me with the iron. I got beef with some niggas from the other side over some weak shit.
Over some
Load
weak
up the
shit.
heaters, reading with the hollow tips, flipping like the Gotti click. My crew strictly body shit, the cradle to the grave. It's where I'll end up. Fuck getting sent up north, son. I'm bent up, doing my dirt on a low. Fucking with the Mobb, it's like a trial. No doubt you're gonna blow. You never know. He didn't even have to go. Dear unprepared, now we 6 below. You know.
I'm pausing here because fuck getting sent up north, son. I'm bent up. And so he doesn't want to go to prison. Maybe he's too fucking crazy for it. I don't know. But I wanted to kind of touch on that since I was talking about Bart Simpson early in the video. Anyway, I shouldn't have fucking paused for that. That was a terrible interruption.
No time for catching feelings, get that money I want. So brothers wanna act funny, but it's all good. I still die for the hood, for my peoples. Yeah, knock on wood.
Triple L, roll the dice while I put you on. To the drama, what I gotta say is short, not long. This nigga that I'm beginning to dislike, he got me fed. If he doesn't discontinue his bullshit, he might be dead. You know him well, and probably go way back. But I don't care if he's your man doing shit like that. What? About having what he did very often. You don't know how much I fiend to put his ass in the coffin.
Damn, dude.
One day my man, and the next he's not. Didn't know him long anyway, so fuck it. It's funny how things change. From the cradle to the
Trippy.
grave.
Very trippy.
From the cradle to the grave. 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 From the cradle to the grave.
That little like hum sound, whatever that is a just nice little additional layer. Great. Just another great beat. Oh, every single song. The production has done so much for this album. I can't explain why. You know, it's not, if you go to each song and you kind of analyze the production, there's nothing complicated, tremendous, you know. I'm sure creating the beat is more complicated than I realize, but every beat is just pretty clean and straightforward, but so effective with the sound that it's creating. Cradle to Grave gets a heart. Another element too. This verse kind of touches on all the shit I keep paying attention to, right? I'm beginning to dislike You Got Me Fed. Let's see. Or no, then it was something, you know. I got beef with some people on the other side over some weak shit. And this is another element of, I don't necessarily want to say hip hop. I don't think that's fair, but more of like gang culture, or I'm a big old badass culture, whatever you want to call that, right? It seems like the people who express the idea of I don't give a fuck the most are the ones that also get the most upset the quickest, which implies you definitely, absolutely give a fuck because everything upsets you. And I don't mean to say that toward Mobb Deep. It's just kind of like a general, topic right there. But this idea, I got beef with some guys on the other side over some weak shit. Gotta load up the heaters, fill them with hollow tips. It's like I don't have a choice. And it's strange, It's strange. That to me is a very interesting kind of hypocrisy that exists. And I'm using the song as an example, but I was kind of thinking about Doja Cat a little bit. She's got all these songs about hating on her haters, and all these comments that people talk and leave. I'll talk about it and how much it doesn't bother her, except for the part where you're talking about it a lot in your album. So that's kind of strange, because if something doesn't bother you, you don't acknowledge it. You don't even think about it. Like, it doesn't cross your mind. If it bothers you a lot, you think about it all the time. You talk about it a lot. Anyway, nothing revolutionary there, right? Like, that's all pretty easy to understand. But I can't imagine any kind of scenario where it's like, oh shit, someone said something, now I gotta go respond. And in a weird way, these people anybody who has that mentality, this idea of nobody better say shit about me, I'm gonna fuck them up, I'm a badass, I'm this, I'm that. The people who can stir your emotions and make you respond, they have essentially control over you. You're not in control of yourself. If any little slight gets you from 0 to 100, you're not in control of your own emotions. They're in control of your emotions. They can just push your fucking buttons like a little computer program and make you respond in the way they want you to respond. That's what is also strange to me. It seems like people don't realize that. I don't know. Maybe I live just too much of a peaceful, quiet, simple life, and I don't really understand. And there is truth to that. I don't really understand. Cool song. Again, everything's got a heart so far. We're on a string. We're 100%. Track 14 is called Drink Away the Pain. Yeah, no surprises there. Featuring Q-Tip, produced by Q-Tip. Cool. This should sound good. Track 14, Drink Away the Pain.
I used to be in love with this bitch named me and Jay. Don't fuck with her no more, now I fuck with Tango Ray. Tango Ray introduced me to her first cousin Gold.
Are these all different drinks?
First name O, but Gold couldn't take the dick, it made me lazy. We split apart and now I met this new trick, Zany. Now me and Zany, we've been together ever since. Our love combines to form a science. What is this? I bust a cherry. Took her virginity in 91. Now that she's open, everybody wanna tap something. Go get your own, don't make me have to fucking clap something. I love my shorty more than life, now ain't that something? To love you, Danny, more than living itself. Even though my friends tell me she ain't good for my health. When I go pick her up, they tell me put her back on the shelf. They say, yo, P, she only wants you for one thing, that's your wealth.
He's talking about alcohol, right? That's what Danny is, right? That was on a previous track, Danny. Where's Danny? He's put out now this new trick. From brandy to gin to a cheap malt liquor, yeah. Danny has done language for St. Eyez, a brand officially endorsed by an alarming number of hip-hop artists in the 90s. That's what the fucking annotation says. That's great. Okay, so it is about alcohol. That's what I thought. I just wanted to catch that and confirm.
I think the whole world's going insane. I fill my mind up with Zany and drink away pain.
Tommy Hill was my nigga, and others couldn't figure how me and Hill figure used to move to
Tommy Hilfiger. I haven't heard that name in forever.
57 figures said the Brinks is coming through at Fashion Avenue. At Tuesday at 2, now we got a former crew of motherfuckers who ain't going out like sucker. Told me call Kanai and all my other brothers. I told my sister Walker, who was the smoothest talker, negotiate the deal with them other money stalkers. Diesel drove the Beamer, the hatchback of course. Nautica navigate to keep us on course. Polos acting bolo, trying to say he the boss. I said shut the fuck up.
All these different fucking clothing names I haven't heard forever.
It's just a shoe bat. Everybody in the crew didn't think it was nice. I guess not. And guess was hot. So guess what? Guess took the jigger and jigged it in the gut.
I like that kind of distorted, warped saxophone.
to the eye. The end situation can leave your ass dry. That's why you got to walk on by, walk on by, walk on by, walk on by.
Yo, bring that Danny home, man.
My man P put me on to the shorty, hand rock, strong enough to make your heartbeat stop. One sip, I thought the bitch was a fucking warlock. The more she started giving me the strong I got, pushed her off to the crew, then she started getting jealous. Steam cause I spent more cream with the fellas. Fuck them niggas, spin that cheese on me. See if they beat you ran when you need pussy.
The brothers who ain't here, pour a little something on the floor, son. Time to get a little bit, do our thing. Word up, the 41st side of Queens. We getting bent, know what I mean? Yeah, word up.
Cool sound again.
Everyday thing.
That little element of that distorted,
Henny
kind
got
of
my
like
mind
weird
in a
muted
headlock.
saxophone.
Danny got me going crazy. Danny, take me away. Danny,
Yeah.
take me away.
I might give this one a heart. I was
Danny,
hesitating.
take me away.
This one gets a heart too.
Word up. Danny, take me away.
You know, I wanted to say, this element of drinking, self-medicating, right? Kind of push the pain away, and how it essentially postpones the process of dealing with all these things. But the problem is, let's say they don't drink, they don't put it off, they do process what's happening. Even as they process, new shit just piles on, so it really doesn't fucking matter. That's another layer of difficulty of this entire situation, is emotional stress, self-medicating. God, it sucks so bad. So I don't talk about my job on the channel. A lot of reasons for that, but I can't, because of my job, I can't smoke pot, and I wish I could smoke pot so bad. I really do. I like drinking, I like my craft beer, but I drink a little too much, a little too often, and so it'd be nice to have a different form of having my brain shut up, because usually that's what's going on with me. It's not that I'm stressed out or concerned, but it's just the brain's just always fucking thinking, doing, just active. It's like, just stop. I need an off switch. And even like the week is over, I'm home, I'm relaxing, even then I'm still, the brain just fucking. So it's kind of frustrating, because it would be nice to be able to just shut down. Not like shut down, like fucking pass out, but just take that one little element of persistent thought and just go, okay, we're all done. Stop, just stop. But, that's what the beer does. I'm assuming pot would do that too. Hopefully someday I'll fucking find out. There's another bill being advanced. It has nothing to do with legalization, but they're going to make it, they're trying to pass this bill to allow the dispensaries to use banks, which would be good. Be a good first step. Or not first step, but additional step towards hopeful federal legalization. Kind of a cool song. At first I wasn't really into it, but as I listened to the beat and so, it's cool. So that one gets a heart. We keep the streak going. Next one is called Shook Ones Part 2. Lots of listens. Huge song. I'm expecting a lot. Given how much I've enjoyed the album thus far, I'm expecting this to be pretty incredible. So it's produced by Havoc. Track 15, Shook Ones Part 2.
Word up, son. Word.
Yeah. To all the killers and the $100 billers.
Nice drop in.
For real,
Oh, and then
niggas
they
who
kinda
ain't got no
stall it.
feelings. Check it out now.
A little bit of piano in there.
I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers. The mob comes equipped for warfare. Beware of my crime family who got enough shots to share for all those who wanna profile and pose. Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. You all alone in these streets, cousin. Every man for theyself in his land, we be gunning. And keep them shook crews running like they supposed to. They come around, but they never come close to. I can see it inside your face, you're in the wrong place. Cowards
Nice.
like you just get their whole body laced up with bullet holes and such. Speak the wrong words, man, and you will get touched. Meanwhile, back in Queens, the realness and foundation. If I die, I couldn't choose a better location. When the slugs penetrate, you feel a burning sensation, getting closer to God. In a tight situation now, take these words home and think it through. Or the next rhyme I write might be about you.
That's fucking cold right there.
Scared to death and scared to look. They shook, cause ain't no such things as halfway crooks. Scared to death and scared to look. Living the life that is diamonds and guns.
Cool. You know, this one is different from the others in how he's kind of doing his rhyming structure. It's crossing over the bar line a lot. So that is kind of neat. I'm kind of, honestly, I want to say I'm disappointed, not disappointed in the song, but like I had hype way up here, which is a dangerous game to play. You get really hyped about a song and then you go, oh, okay. But like, I mean, to me, Hectic is neck and neck with this. It's a cool song, no doubt. I ain't trying to talk down to the song. But with this one being so massive on listens, just every now and then I encounter this on an album where it's like, how come this one song has all these listens and then the other ones don't? This one is really good too, but nobody listens to it. The deep cuts, right? Everybody, I love talking about deep cuts. Although I say that and I don't think I've ever mentioned it in a video before. That was fucking, that final line, or the next rhyme I write might be about you. Oh shit. Okay, let's keep going. Cool song. Definitely a cool song.
He's just a shook one.
He ain't a crook. He's just a shook one.
For every rhyme I write, it's 25 to life. There was so much I got to trust, safeguard in my life. Ain't no time for hesitation, that only leads to incarceration. You don't know me, there's no relation. Queensbridge MC don't play. I don't got time for your petty thinking, mind, son, I'm bigger than those. Claiming that you pack heat, but you're scared to hold. And when the smoke clears, you be left with one and you don't. 13 years in the projects, my mentality is what, kid? You talk a good one, but you don't want it. Sometimes I wonder, do I deserve to live? Or am I going to burn to hell for all the things I did?
As long as I'm alive, I'm going to live illegal. And the way he said it, this was 95? As long as I'm alive, I'm going to live illegal. This might be a nod to, God damn it, I can see the album cover. Boom, 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 boom. Sublime. Wanna let it burn, wanna let it burn, wanna let it burn, wanna let it burn. That might be a nod to Sublime right there. When did that album come out? I gotta do a search real quick. When did Sublime release that album? What was it? What's it even called? I think it's 96. Okay, so Sublime may have been taking a nod to this track right here. Cause as long as I'm gonna live illegal, and he sings it kind of like that. So that's kind of a neat tie-in right there. That's really cool. What's the track? For those of you who are curious, I think the song, I think it's April 29th. I think. Right? I think, or is it Pawn Shop? No, not Pawn Shop. I think it's April 29th, 1992 by Sublime. Listen to that one. It's about the riots. And there's a line. You'll hear it. As long as I'm gonna live illegal. It might be a reference to this. That's fucking cool. Okay, now I gotta get back to where I was. Oh shit. What was I gonna say before I got all sidetracked? Oh, here we go. That's right. So here we go. Another bit, right? This kind of like, sometimes I wonder, do I deserve to live, or am I gonna burn in hell for all the things I did? 13 years in the projects. My mentality is what? So this is a great line right here, in that another layer of kind of like psychology and humanizing this thing is, when this is your world, this is how you develop into the world, how you survive the world. Your thought process becomes this. So this is another element, right? Like, you can talk about the police and the drugs and the adults and the economic situation and lack of education, jobs, future, etc. All that shit. And then underneath that gigantic pile of shit are little kids growing up in it, trying to survive, kind of thinking it's normal because that's the world they live in. They don't know any other world. And as they develop emotionally and mentally, they start to figure out, shit ain't right. It kind of goes one of two ways, Either they fall right into the same pit everybody else is in, or they fucking get out type of a thing. To get out is obviously much more difficult. All right, let's finish this one up.
No such thing as halfway crooks. Scared to death and scared to
No
look.
such thing as
Cause
halfway
ain't no
crooks.
such thing as halfway crooks. Scared to death and scared to look. They shook. Cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Scared to death and scared to look. They shook. Cause ain't no
Yeah,
such
this is
thing as
fucking cool right
halfway
here.
crooks. Living the life that comes and guns. There's numerous ways you can choose to earn funds. Some get shot, locked down, and turn guns. Cowardly hearts and straight up shook ones, shook ones. He ain't a crook, son.
He ain't a crook, he's just a shook one. Good beat. That sound right there is interesting. It sounds like a cymbal, but like the cymbal is kind of muted and looped, so you don't hear the beginning or the end of the clashing sound on the cymbal. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm no producer. I have no producer chops at all. I love this element too, this little layer that they put into the piano sound. Makes it sound old and distorted and dark. Yeah, great song. Great song. We are still 100% on Hearts. Minus the preludes, we are 100%. So this was the final track for the official album. So I'm going to keep that in mind. You know, the additional songs don't really have a lot of listens. Shook Ones Part 1 does. Money version 2 has barely anything. But anyway, this is called Party Over, the final track for the original album, featuring Ty Nitty and Big Noid, produced by Havoc, dropping in Party Over.
Whatever party's over, tell the rest of the crew.
Yo, P, it's on you. What you wanna do?
Whatever party's over, tell the rest of the crew.
Yo, P, it's on
Curious to see
you.
how they
What you wanna
close.
do?
Whatever party's over, tell the rest of the crew.
Yo, P, it's on you. What you wanna do?
Whatever party's over, tell the rest. Every day of my life since 11-2.
Nice fucking drop in with the drum beat. Oh my god.
Packing heat, sticking up weed stores and more. Collecting interest, or for extortions. Settle my score, it gets deeper. When things get real, I'm down to sticking that West Bank for my meal. And I'm from Hempstead, it's close to the shacks and Parkside. Well, I'll be outside slinging you always high. And don't come around to the crossroads of life. But to the death of you and me, this beat for eternity. I'm going out to the fullest extent so far.
I like the sound of this beat too.
To get back, gave you fair warning. So run and get your guns. It's on, time to show them how I perform. My attitude to transform, leave you dead plus wrong.
Trippy fucking production, man. Cool production.
Shit is real while you hoping that it's all a dream.
There's like that bass way in the background. That's got a cool effect.
Your own blood. Don't blame me, you cause your own death. It's on you, what you wanna do.
Whenever party's over, tell the rest of the crew.
Yo, Big Noid, it's on you, what you wanna do.
Whenever party's over, tell the rest of the crew. This happened just straight out the blue. Hey, yo, done, fuck that bitch. Tell her get off your dick.
Well, she's crying and she said she had feelings and shit.
Yo, it's a setup. Them niggas got me fed up. Nah, stay in the building. If they move, fuck 'em, get up off the scene. You know what I mean? And hold yourself down with the motherfucking 16 block. And get off they block. Then I hung up the cell. You're ready to rock in this song. You get.
It's just funny. Tell her to get off your dick, but she's crying and she says she has feelings and shit. It is, you know, one thing that has not really been mentioned a lot in this album is the bitches, right? Chasing women. And it's funny because the few times it has been mentioned, it has been such a critical distraction to everything else that's going on. And it's really kind of wild to sit through an album that's as cold and dark and well, I don't want to say heartless. There's been some heart in this. There really is some heart in this. But as brutal as this world is in this album, it is fucking hilarious because there's no confusion. They're not surprised by all these terrible things that are happening. They're ready for anything at all times, right? Like, it's always on. Yet, they will do whatever it takes to go get laid. Like, there's no risk big enough to skip out on having sex. And it's fucking hilarious. It's kind of fucking hilarious because, you know, guys only want one thing and it's fucking disgusting. Oh, it's just fucking, it's cracking me up. And here he is, you know, he's basically, hey, you gotta get out of the building. You gotta get out of the building. But she's crying. She says she has feelings and shit. Oh, God. It's great. That's great.
Got yourself up into something that you couldn't finish. Up against the full of your squad to get diminished. I'm from QUE, another ENS. So why you small tough talk? I'm not impressed. If I seen you in the bridge, I make you undress. Give up the money, the polo, especially the guests. Ignore over, tell the rest of the crew.
I like this track too. Fuck, man, every single one. Every single one.
Tell the rest of the crew. Queensbridge. Parties over, tell the rest of the crew. The big twins. Parties over, tell the rest of the crew. Parties over, tell the rest of the crew. Yo, Black, it's over, tell the rest of the crew. My man Killer, parties over, tell the rest of the crew. Germ,
Oh, there's all kinds of fucking people.
Karate Joe, it's over, tell the rest of the crew. Wrong Gotti, it's over, tell the rest of the crew. Mother, yo, parties over, tell the rest of the crew.
I love this little beat, man. I think this shit sounds great. I love it. And there's just that bit of bass in the background. Whatever they did to it, it's fucking perfect. Wow. Okay, so there's 3 more tracks for this extended version that I'm going to listen to. But for the record, at this point right now, I don't want to. Like, I'm going to listen to them. But I don't want to. Like that, from top to bottom, that whole run was great. So I'm like, right now my brain's like, nothing else, no more. Like, don't fucking ruin it. I'm going to listen to them just because we're here. Why not, you know? But to me, after this reaction, unless I love these next 3 tracks, and even if I do, I probably won't listen to them. From here on, I'm only going to listen to the original release. I don't want anything out. That was perfect. Because I think the original version is like 1 hour and 7 minutes or something. Holy shit. That was great. Okay, I guess we'll keep going. God damn it. Like, it's so funny. So there lots of people on Discord. Gabe, I'm going to talk about you, Gabe. One of the guys that's been on forever. He's a mod just because he's been around forever. Super helpful. Great guy. He's got his girlfriend. And he mentioned something a couple months back about chatting with his girlfriend and something about people on Discord. And I can't remember specifically. Gabe, if I get this all wrong, I'm sorry. But I think she works with kids who have autism or something like that. Like she has like knowledge about autism for some reason or another. She cracked off some joke about how all of us in my Discord server are essentially autistic. Because, or not autistic, but like we're on the spectrum to some extent because of our obsession with music and stuff like that. And I thought, when he said that, I don't remember what I said in response, but God, I just thought that was like one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard. Because we all think we're all normal because we love music and we're obsessed over music. But like when you kind of zoom out, you go, no. We're not the normal ones. And I think of that because right now I'm like, my brain is like screaming at me, don't fucking ruin this album by listening to more songs. And that's gotta be like not normal, right? Like a normal mind wouldn't care, right? I don't know. Gabe, ask your girlfriend, show her this bit. Ask your girlfriend. Tell her to tell me where I'm at on the spectrum. Okay. All right. So Shook Ones Part 1, original version. This is part of the 25th edition or 25th anniversary for this album. Let's jump in and ruin the original release for myself. Already cool sound now. What I do like about the way they've done a lot of the intros with the production too is you can almost hear them build it. They start with this element, and the drums come in.
If these Queensbridge kids don't like you, we bring drama, the worst kind of enemies. Your first time will be your last earth memories. It's only your own fault. I gave you fair warning. Beware of killer kids who don't care. Unaware fool who be dealt with in time. It ain't a mystery in how from the words and rhyme. It's hard to be a man in this land of the venom. Any man try to front, he gets slugs in him because he ain't a crook, son. He just a shook one.
Ha! Part 2 is better, for sure. But this is kind of neat.
Some niggas get shot, locked down, and turn guns. Cowardly hearts and straight up shook one.
You know, it is kind of fun to listen to original versions or early versions of songs and then hear the difference between how it started and how it came to completion, like the final version. It is kind of neat when you get that chance to hear those two differences.
I don't fake jack shit, you know I bring it to your live. Stay in the child's place, criminal minds thirsty for recognition mission. I'm strictly sipping, eating take like got my mind flipping. I'm bugging, digging my ways out of
Trippy, man. Trippy sound on this one. Even the vocals sound a little different. They sound like kind of further away.
When I roll up, don't be caught sleeping cause I'm creeping. You just a shook one.
We live the life that of diamonds and guns, in numerous ways that we choose to earn funds. Some niggas get shot, locked down, and turn guns. Cowardly hearts and straight up shook ones. He ain't a crook, son. He just a shook one.
What a great concept for a song, too. He ain't a crook, he's just a shook one.
In numerous ways that we choose to earn funds.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, that's pretty much it. Stop it right there. I did see mixed opinions because I said I was going to do the extended version, and some people were super excited about it, and other people were like, you don't need to. That's cool. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. Not part of the original album. The original album remains untouched, untarnished. I think, as of right now, I think the original album might be my favorite gangster rap album. I think that's probably the best one I've heard in terms of from the 90s. Like, holy shit, so consistent, great sound. First listen, need more, but, you know, holy shit. Okay, this is another one, extra song. It's got hardly any listens, so this one might be shit. It's called The Money Version 2, produced by Mobb Deep. Let's drop in.
Ready? Yeah, you got a good level on it? Alright.
Trippy sound.
New York, get bent, keep wild. Stop smiling, but still do nothing move but the money. Leaving permanent scars like getting splashed on the alley. Stop smiling, but still do nothing move but the money. Give me yours, or get your manhood took in. Stop smiling, but still do nothing move but the money. Put you on your back, send you on your way, you're good looking. Yo, what you wanna do with that Mac double number? Hit you up, take that cash just like you wanted. Taking yours to survive, it's only matter of time. I'm snatching, living grimy, running, never look back. The root of evil got me acting like that. You suicidal, and I'm live on arrival. Play the drug game with precision, and never with division. I'm trying to see addition, food to fill my kitchen. So faggot niggas snitching, giving info. We'll do a drive-by in a stolen black Pinto with tinted windows. Bullets will flurry through your system. Your man ran, lucky for him, because we missed him. We catch him on the rebound, but see now, I'm trying to make this money and you trying to stop me. What's it gonna be now? You stand up to my crew and get laid down on the ground with the big 4-pound. You hear the sound on the other side of town where caps get peeled. Break you off, love, give you something to feel.
Break you off, love.
The money, stop smelling.
So this is fine. It's fine. I think really my biggest lack of interest is like I've already heard all of it. You know, I honestly thought the opening portion sounded like something from a song off the album. So I wonder if this is like cuts, like leftover cuts type of a thing. I don't know. But I mean, it's okay. It's fine. And really, I'm kind of back to that state of I've heard this. I've heard 16 songs of this, and well, not necessarily 16, but I'm ready for something different, type of a thing. So I mean, it's fine, but yeah, I'd rather just be done.
New York, get back, keep wild and smiling. Still do nothing move but the money. Leaving permanent scars like getting splashed on the alley. Stop smiling, still do nothing move but the money. Give me yours to get your manhood.
And there's this weird sound of like crowd noise or something.
Good luck, you don't have to tell me twice. I know when to chill when I have to, but if I have to, I still clap you. I crack through your fortress. You couldn't hold it down, so you lost it. No crew could withstand the forces. Never second guess me, just bless me. Stop smiling, body stacking, dead presidents piling. We taking yours to survive. Stop smiling, we still do nothing move but the money. It's all about the
Okay,
crowd.
I just stop it there because I get it. I was thinking about it was years after Kurt Cobain died and Nirvana broke up, and I remember they released this thing. Oh, it's all these songs from the vault or blah blah blah, right? All these unreleased songs, pre-released songs. And one of my buddies was like, "You know why they were previously unreleased, right? Because they ain't that good." And I feel like this kind of falls into it. Like, okay, yeah, it doesn't sound finished, really. I think that's kind of my, Shook One's part one. It was kind of neat to essentially hear, I guess, maybe the first version of that song, but this one doesn't sound finished. It just sounds odd for whatever reason. Lifestyles of the Infamous. This is the Infamous Sessions mix. Produced by Mobb. Let's just drop in. Maybe I won't finish the whole thing, but let's check it out. And lyrically, the content, like I'm done. I'm ready to stop listening to gangster rap for a bit.
My life is all about riches and bitches.
All of this,
Snitches
like,
get
yeah, I know.
stitches.
I
Want
get
me to
it.
put you on, keep wishing. You need to learn the rules and conditions. It's facts that you missing. Sit back and take notes, man. Listen. First of all, the foundation. Money is the root of all evil. The cream will have you shitting on your people. Living like Lotto. Everything is everything. Ain't nothing changed but the clothes that my money bring. I'm making figures that I never thought possible. You try to slow me down, you find yourself in the hospital. My while the rest still living steady, telling me lies. It's like a bad dream, and I can't wake up. But at the same time, I love it, and I can't give it up. I gotta
Yeah, there we
keep
go.
lines, no matter what.
Something I talked about, fairly consistently through the album. It's like a bad dream and I can't wake up. At the same time, I love it and I can't give it up. So at least there's kind of some acknowledgement there of this desire to want to get out, but this desire to also stay. It's nice to at least hear it spoken, acknowledged, awareness of it.
Consequences, count up my blessings, add up my weapons. Caught back the 9, let my heat serve purpose. Sling, do my thing, organized fiend service. Trying to make a meal is stress, you know the deal. So we sling krills, get your cap pill, cause everything is real. But I wanna chill, laid up in a jacuzzi, sipping bubbly with my fingers on the Uzi. Try to
I wonder if that was on the first version and I just missed it.
Get your life lost,
Can't give
never
it up
found
part.
again, my friend. Mission completed. Watch you drop in less than 10 on the road to the riches. Hitting snitches off with mass stitches. Your last resting place will be your ditch, kid.
How much you got left, man?
Got a little half a minute. I'll finish a little while.
Damn.
What up?
Up them shorties, yo.
On business, they coming over in a little while, okay? You better hurry up and get over here.
I hope them shorties ain't frontin', man.
Nah, never that, man. Come on.
Yeah,
It's a whole new
I'm just gonna
world
stop.
in
I'm
my
gonna stop.
scene.
I've lost interest. It does feel, it's weird. Like it's not like it's bad, but compared to the album, it just feels incomplete for whatever reason. I can't really place why. But I'm kind of like, I think it was a death knell for these 3 songs to begin with when I was done with Party Over, because that was the final, that was perfect closer. Like I was like, don't mess with this. Don't touch it. So whatever. Okay. I'm trying to like mind eraser on those last 3. Not that they're bad, but trying to go back to the album. That was great. Holy shit. What's going to be interesting to me, what I'm curious, my experience going forward. Said a couple times, gangster rap, lyrical content, I kind of get bored with it. These songs are kind of a perfect example the last couple I listened to because, I get it. You do all this shit, you do all this shit, you do all this shit. Okay. It's to me, it's not. I just don't find it compelling. Listen, you know. So, how will that translate with the sound of the vocals, the sound of the production, the sound of the album, which I like very much? How will those two? Will they be at odds with each other? Like, am I gonna want to listen to the album, but then I'm paying too much attention and I'm hearing the gangster rap part of it, and so I kind of don't want to listen to it? Or will I just completely ignore the songs lyrically and just settle into the set? I'm hoping I settle into the set. I think I will. You know, it's kind of neat too with the back, especially let's see, what was it? Temperatures Rising, Trip up North Trip, those Trife Life, Hectic. It felt like the album took a turn there. It seems like the album starts with a couple, you know, what you expect from gangster rap type stuff, but then it starts getting a little bit more substantial, a little bit more meat to the songs rather than just gangster rap style songs. Cool ride. Great production. I mean, in the write-up, Old Head, you're talking about how it's very different sound. Well, not necessarily different sound, but just great, dark, cold sound. And yeah, very good. Very, very good. I guess I don't really have a whole lot to say on closing thoughts. I'm really happy with what I've heard. I'm excited to keep listening to it. I'm curious, will it grow on me? Will I get into it? I kind of mentioned earlier, it was just going to be my favorite gangster rap album. I think right now it's in the running for sure. Some people would say, what are you talking about? Like, you know, Biggie, right? Fuck, what is it called? Ready to Die. That's just a fucking classic one. The problem with that one, for me, I hate hearing Puff in the background. Yeah. Yeah. It drives me fucking nuts. He has ruined that, so much of that album for me. I can't fucking stand it. I hate hearing him in the background. And it's another reason why I'm hesitant for Life After Death, because if I have to sit through 2 hours of fucking Puff Daddy in the background, yeah, oh, God, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to lose it. Shit. Man. Okay. Cool. Very fucking cool. If you're on YouTube, this is the end for you. Get out. Well, but yeah. Patreon only for the music video reactions. So if you want to see the music video reactions, Patreon's $2. All the links are in the description. You know how this shit works.